Hello and welcome back to another Schedule 1 video. Today we're going to be looking at 35 quick tips and tricks that are going to take you from a Schedule 1 beginner to a pro. The goal of this video is to give you guys as many tips as possible in a fast-paced manner. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. When first starting out in Schedule 1, you'll primarily want to focus on completing your quests and acquiring new customers. Go ahead and check your map and look for potential customers that will be found on your map. Every day you should be prioritizing each of these new potential customers. On top of focusing on new customers, your other main focus throughout playing is going to be earning the maximum amount of XP possible. Certain customers belong to different regions which are locked behind level requirements. For instance, if you are wanting the pseudo supplier for making crystal, you are going to need to be a high enough level to unlock the Westville location. If you are wanting to produce coca, you also will need to be Enforcer 1 in order to unlock the coca supplier. Even purchasing pistols has a level requirement, so leveling up should be one of your main focuses. Although exotic 8-ingredient mixes are going to yield you the highest levels of profits, sometimes if you're wanting the most XP, it's best to just mass produce greenery. Even if you do sell a $1,000 bag of crystal, you are only going to be earning 20 XP. Whether you sell 9 bags to a specific customer or 1 bag, you are going to be earning the exact same amount of XP, so it's best to go ahead and just mass produce as much OG Kush as possible and get as many deals done as possible and go ahead and carry on into the next day. If leveling up is no longer an issue for you and you are looking for the most amount of money, definitely selling after curfew is your best bet. For those of you that do want that extra 20% for curfew, you of course are going to have to worry about the police, so definitely go ahead and bring your skateboard with you. When you are running from the cops, another tip I have for you guys is utilize your dead drops. Right here, we are being chased, so we can go ahead and throw all of our illegal stuff in a specific dead drop. That way, once we get busted, we at least aren't losing all of what we have on us. Once you're out of jail, just simply head back over to the dead drop, and there you go, all your illegal items are ready. A good source of income is after you sell them the bag, go ahead and check their pockets. More than 50% of the time, the baggie you just sold them will actually be down here for you to go ahead and pickpocket. You are going to have to time it up just perfectly, but if you do, you can go ahead and steal your baggie right back. For those of you that are still early on in the game, when you do give Mrs. Ming the $800 for the sweatshop, you can immediately go into her back pocket and actually steal the $800 cash directly back from her. You'll still have the sweatshop and your $800 back in your pocket. Constantly having to order 10 seeds at a time can be a pain in the butt. One thing that can make the process a lot faster is actually leaving excess money in the stash itself. That way, no matter where you are on the map, you instantly have all of your debt paid for, and you won't have to make constant trips back to that cash dead drop. A really useful tool that I don't see enough people using in Schedule 1 is the Deliveries app. You can have just about anything delivered straight to your door, whether you're talking about illegal items, weed seeds, mixing ingredients, baggies, jars, etc. All of these can be delivered straight to your home. No matter how much you order, it's only a $200 delivery fee. So if you're wanting to re-up on baggies, instead of going to the store physically, go ahead and order 200 baggies, 100 jars, and get it delivered straight to the bungalow, again, for only a $200 fee. The most important early game item you're going to want to buy is the trash grabber. This will allow you to be able to farm cash quickly. Simply collect trash from around the map and go ahead and bring them over to the cash for trash. Be sure to check all the dumpsters around the map for easy money. In your different properties, if you do place all the trash in a tight circle, you can use the trash bag to collect them all in one fell swoop. If your game is ever experiencing low FPS, you can also use the command prompt clear trash to go ahead and get rid of all the trash on the map. The golden skateboard is the best mobility item in the entire game, so go ahead and buy it early on for $1,500. The skateboard is much better than any of the vehicles in the entire game, and I have a couple of cool tricks that you can do with your skateboard. If you spam jump while you're riding the skateboard, you are going to be able to achieve speeds that are otherwise not possible. If you do have the skateboard in hand, you hold V and then hop on, you can actually ride your skateboard in first person view. If you are itching to buy a vehicle though, I would recommend the Viper out of all the vehicles. It is only $9,000. It does offer 16 storage slots. You can go ahead and utilize this by putting all of your inventory in the trunk. As long as you are within 20 meters of your vehicle, you can actually sell directly from your trunk without ever having any of that inventory in your hotbar. As you can see here, there are vehicles here and our hotbar is empty, but when we offer a deal to Keith, you can see all of the vehicle's inventory here. Speaking of cop searches, it is a good idea to go ahead and make your illegal contraband have one space in between each of them. That way, when the police do search you like so, you do have time to hide each of the specific items. If your illegal contraband is bunched up like so, it's just a bit harder to get everything hidden, but it is still doable. By using your right click, it acts as a magnet where you can pick up multiple items. Left click is only a single item, but right click, you can go ahead and pick up multiple items. This can be helpful in many different areas. So instead of clicking one at a time when you are filling up jars, you can go ahead and use your right click, scoop everything up and drop them on in. For quick inventory management, if you use your shift and then left click, you can quickly transfer things in and outside different storage racks. And if you right click an item and then use your scroll wheel, you can go ahead and select the exact amount of items that you would like to move on over. Or if you shift and right click, you can move one on over for every time you press the right click. The next tip is a big one. Go ahead and utilize these wall mounted shelves. Each one is going to give you 4 storage slots, and when placing them, you can actually clip them inside of each other. These storage shelves can also be placed behind any different kind of equipment. You can transform an entire wall into 100 slots of storage without taking up any of your floor area. The only downside of these wall shelf storages is that you won't be able to use them for your employees, so you'll still want to utilize a few storage racks, but be sure to utilize these wall shelf storages to make sure that you have endless storage without taking up any floor area. A good alternative to the large storage racks is the safe. It does only take up about half the room that the large storage racks do, and it also does have 8 spots. If you are at the stage of the game where you're making complex recipes, sometimes it's a good idea to go ahead and buy these metal signs and leave your recipes on them. Think of them as sticky notes, that way you're not having to reverse engineer all of your recipes. Another good beginner tip, if you don't have employees yet, go ahead and plant all of your seeds and water your pots before you go to sleep. That way when you wake up, you have fresh plants to work with. When assigning stations to your employees, I bet many of you guys didn't know that if you actually hold shift when you click, you can actually click multiple pots without having to click, go back, etc. If you are high enough level for a brick press, don't package any products with baggies or jars for your dealers. Only provide your dealers with bricked items. Your dealers will break down the bricks into baggies and jars without you having to provide the materials or take the time to do so. When listing any items for sale on the Product Manager's app, make sure to change the asking price to be about 20% or so higher than the suggested price. Also, for all the text message deals that do come in, never just click yep. Always go ahead and counter offer and jack it up for extra money. After you play around with it for a while, you will find the sweet spot for which every customer will agree to. For this instance, for Miracle Urkel, no matter what, they will always accept $350. If you do want this recipe, go ahead and check out the best grass mixes video that I made, and you can find the recipe there. Now for the last 3 tips, these are borderline exploits, so I didn't want to feature them in the main part of the video. These may get patched at some point or another, but for now, they still work. If you do head over to the boutique shop, you can actually buy gold bars for $10,000 and then turn around and sell them over at the pawn shop for anywhere from $11,000 to $13,000. Here we're gonna go ahead and counter offer for $12,000. So just like that, we can go ahead and accept that. 4 gold bars can be bought at the pawn shop for $40,000. By taking them back over here to the pawn shop, we can go ahead and also fetch $45,000. If you want access to Oscar's black market, no matter what time of day, you can actually knock him out. After you have knocked him out, you can go ahead and pick him up the door and bring him outside. Now that he is knocked out outside, we can run back to our bed and go to sleep. Now we are in the next morning at 7 o'clock, and we can see Oscar is still here outside, and we can now have access no matter what time of day. And for the last tip, this is how you can sell generic OG Kush for $350. This will work with any premium mix product. My most expensive cannabis recipe is a 7-ingredient, which we can counter offer for $350. The idea here is that we are only going to be bringing standard OG Kush to all of these meetings. It is a 70% chance that they will accept the offer. The way this can work is you make this specific recipe just one time, make it to where this is the only product that you list for sale, and everybody you go to sell this product to, you surprise them with just standard OG Kush. This also will work with premium crystal or premium coca. If you have a premium crystal, go ahead and list that for sale. And when you show up, bring them standard crystal and they will buy it, 70% chance, for the extremely marked up price. So here we have Peter File offering $290 for Miracle Urkel. We're gonna go ahead and counter it to $350. And we're gonna set that for the afternoon. When we get to Peter, he wants the Miracle Urkel for $350. We're just gonna go ahead and give him one standard OG Kush. And just like that, he accepted the offer. We now just scammed Peter for a ton of money for a simple unmixed OG Kush. With that one out of the way, that about wraps it up for this tips and tricks video. If this was useful to you, go ahead and leave a like and comment down below and let me know which tip was your favorite, something that you didn't know before. On this channel, I make all kinds of different Schedule 1 content, so if that is something that interests you, go ahead and subscribe and turn on those notifications. Down in the description box, you will find the Discord links for the official Schedule 1 Discord and my personal community Discord, so go ahead and join on up. I hope to see you there, and if not, no worries. I hope to see you next time.